Greetings everybody, welcome back. My name is Brian and I made a promise. I said that there would be a couple unboxing videos coming up, and this is the first one. I did make a couple of clues if you watched my first video. Admittedly, the second clue was a little bit crappy. I said that these boxes were not standard legal, but they are in modern, which is kind of silly because there's only 5 sets in standard right now, so it leaves a lot to guess from. But I figured that the first clue would be a little bit spicier. One is a underpowered set, one's an overpowered set, kind of maybe lead to a little bit of speculation about, what's overpowered, what's underpowered. So I think when I remove my towel here, it'll be kind of an easy guess about which one I'm talking about. So without further ado, let's get into it. Ta-da! Yep, pretty easy guess about which one this is. When you think about the underpowered sets that have come out, at least in recent memory, usually there's two names that come to mind. One is Dragon's Maze and one is Born of the Gods, which I also have a soft spot for. But anyway, let's get into this. Set came out almost 10 years ago. Still very cheap. This is only, I think I paid $135-ish for this. So but before I open this up, I should mention that for people that are new or people that are getting into the game and just sort of interested in cracking boxes and try to flip what's inside, to make a profit or anything like that, I should say you will not make your money back, or at least won't make a profit from Dragon's Maze. There are fetch lands in here. Not from the Dragon's Maze set, but there are some. I believe they're Return to Ravnica fetch lands, if I remember correctly. But the most expensive card in this set is a little under $9. So this is more of a labor of love than anything else. So I should make sure to mention that. All right, so. Nice little insert here that they don't do anymore. Okay. So nice. I'm waiting for this for a long time. I've wanted a pack of Dragon's Maze forever. And finally got myself one. So, alright, let's move these aside. Alright, let's get this going. Now, I don't know exactly what the odds of getting fetch lands are. I've seen one video, I think Alpha Investments did one that he got I think 2 or 3, something like that. Oh, good card to start out with. It's one of the worst counter spells in the game. 4 mana, counter target spell unless its controller pays 6. Why this isn't a hard counter for 4, I'm just going to put you upside down. I don't want to look at you. The one of the biggest complaints about this set, the clue stones. Wizards decided to print them at common, which means there's at least one in every pack, sometimes more. I've seen excerpts from people on Reddit and stuff. They said they got 4 in a pack, which is pretty bad. So people hated drafting it because by the end of the packs, they were all clue stones, and you really don't want to run. I don't think that they're horrible, but they're just not. They're not super great. So, but not too bad. I'm gonna try to enjoy this video. I'm not gonna rush it too bad, but just to let you guys know. But Riot Piker, first strike, attacks each turn. Nice aggressive card. Drown in Filth. This is the gate payoff card. Every color has a 4 mana 2/4 with a gate payoff. This is the black version. If you control 2 or more gates, target creature and opponent controls get -2/-2 until end of turn. Not too bad. Some are better than others, but the gates are very, very casual. Very casual. So, you know, not going to see this in a official tournament or anything like that. Second clue stone. Beautiful. I'm going to have a pile of these by the end. Destroy card creature with defender. I'm going to criticize some of these, but I do like this set. Oh, there's another gate payoff. That's probably one of the worst ones. Gaining 7 life. Pass. Got quite a few of these. Oh, Debt to the Deathless. This is our first sort of big hit. This is goes about $1 or so. There's like a good handful of cards that are between $2 and $4. All right, first rare, Pontiff of Blight, 6 mana for a 2/7. It has Extort, and it does give other creatures Extort, which is kind of a cool card. And Guildgate, that's another thing that people criticize Dragon's Maze for, is Guildgate in every pack, which kind of sucks because the artwork is beautiful, but like I said, they're very casual. You know, you're not gonna bring them to a tournament or anything like that, more than likely. So, all right, another gate payoff. Nivik Cyclops, one of the best, or one of the better cards. I got one of these in my blue-red deck. Another Clue Stone. Steeple Rock. Yeah, this is another card I'm going to have to turn face down because I don't want to look at it. Yeah. 4 mana for a 3/1 with flying and first drag. This is a throwback to when creatures were not meant to be great. Another Riot Piker. So, Sin Collector. This is one of the better cards in the set. I think less than $1 still, so not too bad. 3 mana for 2/2/1. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose an instant or sorcery card from it and exile that card. So they don't get it back. It's exiled. It's gone forever. Good card. The split cards. Most of them are not that great, but there are a couple that are decent, but usually they synergize with one another, but usually they're way too overcosted. So, Farm Skeleton. Another good one. Rurkthar the Unbound. I have one of these in my Gruul deck. Vigilance Reach, attacks each turn, but the big payoff, whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, it deals 6 damage to that player. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Nice aggressive creature. First foil. If you can tell on that. Pretty nice. Another Guildgate and something or other. Okay. Alright, I'll start trying to move a little bit faster. Just so this video is not 45 minutes long. Another Clue Stone, Tithe-Drinker, your squad. Oh, and also every color has a multicolored payoff too. That gives all your multicolored creatures something. So 6 mana, 5/4, trample, and all your multicolored creatures you control have trample. That's the green version. Another Mind Stack goes upside down. Alright, so I seem to be getting about two in every pack. Ascended Law Mage. Gorgon. A little bit overcosted, but too bad. Target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's about 5 mana. 5 mana seems to be the general thing for returning stuff to the battlefield. So I go 8. Alright, another Riot Piker, Filth, Gatekeeper, another Clue Stone, another Clue Stone. There's the white version of the multicolored payoff. You control have Vigilance, which is not too bad. Pilfered Plans, another Clue Stone, better increases. Armed and Dangerous. Spike Jester. Oh, Blasted Genius. Interesting card. That's one of the things about Dragon's Maze. You know, I know a lot of people criticize it for being underpowered, and a lot of times it is. But there's some pretty cool cards in here that have kind of interesting things. It's a very fun set to play with, in my opinion, of course. Miss Tandris. So, or Mrs. I don't know for sure. But you know, when you look at the ability, you might think, oh, you know, that can't be too bad of a card. And then you look at the mana cost and the power toughness on it. And 7 mana for a 5/7. It's got a cool effect, but why that part in the game? I mean, yeah. So could have been a lot better. I think she's like 20 cents or something like that. Just not, you know, not a heavy hitter. So, Cluestone, Drake, Winter's Bane, not a bad card. First Blade, nice aggressive card. I think I run one of these. Another Mind Static, go upside down. Quiddle, Cluestone, Crypt Incursion, exile creature cards from target player's graveyard. You gain 3 life for each card exiled this way. Good against, you know, escape deck, stuff like that. Alive and Well, yeah. War Leader's Helix, not a bad card. That's kind of a pumped up Lightning Helix, more expensive. Goblin Test Pilot. This one, like I said about the fun design, this is a little bit too random for me. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player chosen at random, but well, you know, could be kind of an interesting effect if you like chaos. So, Breaking Entering, Snare Squad. Oh, yeah, it's the Foily. Guildgate Excerpt. So, and I'll let you know when I get to if I get to the more expensive cards. I'll try to. There's a handful, but Mind Static, It's Prey, Gatekeepers, Cluestone, Beautiful Mage, Clear Path. So we're getting a lot of the same-ish. Doesn't feel like it's a huge set. I think most of the multicolored cards is where there's the majority. The multicolor or the monocolored cards are. Seems like there's not too many of those. But multicolored, there's a pretty large pool. So no fetch lands yet. Another Steeple Rock, Pecker, Stone. Well, there's the red payoff. Well, actually, no, this is not. This is monocolored creatures can't block this turn, which could be good, I guess. All right, in the right situation. Crypt Incursion, Gorger, another Helix. Oh, this one's not too bad. I can't remember if this might be one of the $1 or $2 ones. 3 mana for a 2/2. Each card in your graveyard has Scavenge. That way you can get something out, get some +1/+1 counters on your stuff. And it does have a regeneration effect, so kind of bad. Guildgate, and a token. Alright. Vanilla Cluestone, Tithe Drinker, not bad. Bad card. 2 mana, 2/1 with life leak and extort. And it is. Yep, it has the vampire creature type. Not too bad. Another Maze Behemoth. Mind Static. Morgue Burst. Turn target creature card from graveyard to your hand. It deals damage to a creature or player equal to the power of this card returned. Not too bad. I have a collection of those. Crisis Incubation. This is a Simic Pacifism. Can't attack or block. Activated abilities can't be activated. So then you can return it to your hand and put 2 +1/+1 counters on an enchanted creature. So interesting. This is one of the cards from Dragon's Maze that I know for a fact did see play when it was in standard. 4 mana. At instant speed, you get a 5/5 worm token with trample. Not a bad deal. So I know for a fact that this saw play. Not super expensive, but good card. Guildgate. Alright, uncovered clues. Not a bad. Anything like this, I kind of like. The anything that's impulse type effect that lets you dig through your cards and put a couple in your hand. This one is just instant and sorcery, so it's not everything, but lets you look through 4 and get 2, so it's not a bad deal. First blade, stirrings, stone, possession. Well, another Death to the Deathless, not bad. Flux Charger, decent card. 4 mana for 1/5, looks kind of ugly, but when you can, it's spell payoff, you can get a nice easy 5 damage. Legion. Oh, this is one of the more expensive ones, and I mean like $2-3. Legion's Initiative, 2 mana enchantment, red creatures and white creatures, they both get buffs. And then it does have the exile effect, so you can bounce stuff. So not too bad. Bounce stuff and get haste. So, and another Guildgate. That's one of my favorite artworks. The is it kind gorgeous. Let me get these out of the way. A little cramped for space. Okay. Alright, Boros Mastiff. Uncover clues. More the same. Renegade Krace. I think this is a decent price. Yeah, I think this might be $1 or $2. Not positive, but Guildgate and Soldier. Come on, fetches. Steeple Rock. The Reflections. Oh, this one, yeah, I think this one might be a little bit, maybe less. I think less than $1, if I remember correctly. It gets you a couple of bodies. It gets you a few bodies. 2/2 White Knight, 3/3 Centaur, and 4/4 Rhino, and the 1/1. So not bad, not bad. I'll play it. Turn and Burn. Savageborn Hydra, another mythic. This one, I believe, is about 50 cents. Not a bad one. I think I run one of these. Got the X cost in it. Comes out with X +1/+1 counters, double strike, and you can put extra counters on it. So not a bad card. Another foily, Guildgate, and token. Okay. Gatekeeper, Stonebane. The red payoff could be good, but 6 mana for a 6/3 with haste. Multicolored creatures you control have haste. That 3 toughness always kind of kills it for me. Maybe if I had a little bit less of a casting cost or something. I guess you can jump in when you got the opportunity, but yeah. Courage. Well, here's one of the better split cards. I think this is probably the most expensive split card. I think it's around maybe $1 or so. Wear and Tear, target artifact and target enchantment. So anything like that's nice. I like this one. Boros Battle Shapers. 7 mana for a 5/5, and you can kind of shape the battle right there in the name. So, all right. Oh, this is a foily. This is the black payoff for multicolor. This is probably the best one. 6 mana, 4/5. Gives everything. Well, gives your multicolored creatures death touch. So pretty sweet. Guildgate and token. I apologize for the pile of cards. It's not neat. So anybody OCD-ish is probably tearing their hair out right now. But only my first unboxing video. I'll get used to it. Hopefully. Steeple Rock. No. Hunter of Night Vale. Courage. Flex Charger. Oh, Skylasher. Not bad. Not bad. 2 mana for a 2/2 with flash. Can't be countered. And it's got reach and protection from blue. Protection's always nice. A little small, but like $1 or so. Guildgate. So far, if I was worried about profit, which I'm not. This is more a labor of love, but I'd probably say we're getting hosed. I haven't seen the Master of Cruelties, which is the most expensive one in the set. It's a $9 or almost a $9 card. Putrefy. I think this is the original printing of Putrefy. Pretty good card. This was in the Mystical Archive for Strixhaven. 3 mana, for target artifact or creature can't be regenerated. Instant speed. Nice. Oh, Pyre Wild Shaman. I like this one, actually. 3 mana for a 3/1. I think I like it more for its Blood Rush cost. Pay 2, discard it, and you give your creatures +3/+1. And then you can bring it back to your hand if it goes in the graveyard. You just pay 3 when one of your creatures does damage to a player, and then you can do it all over again. So not bad. Not bad card. Guildgate token. Mind Static. Lavinia the 10th, not bad. 5 mana, 4/4 protection. Anything with protection is usually nice. Protection from red, detain each non-land permanent your opponent's control with converted mana cost 4 or less. So, nice little effect there. And nothing else special. So almost halfway through. Loving it though. Still loving it. Cluestone. Jones, I think I run one of these. Not too bad. 5 mana, 1/5, flying vigilance, attacks. Other attacking creatures get a buff. So, yeah, not bad card. Commando. I think this one's not super expensive, but good for a aggressive deck. 4 mana, 3/3, first strike, haste. Every other creature you control with a counter, +1/+1 counter has haste, and you can unleash it so that you can get it a 4/4. It just can't block, but who cares about blocking, right? So, all right. I am sorry again about the piles. Cramped for space a little bit. Okay. Guildgate. Decree. Yeah. Oh, yes. So I was hoping I'd get this one so I could talk about it. Definitely janky. Definitely a janky card. I would definitely not say a good card, but interesting one. So 5 mana for enchantment. Whenever a player casts a spell from his or her hand, that player exiles it, then exiles cards from the top of their library, and until he or she exiles a card that shares a card type with it, that player may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So you don't get to cast the stuff that you cast. You gotta cast something else. And then they put the cards exiled on the bottom of their library. So I think this would be a fun card to build around. But it would be janky as hell, and I don't know that it would actually work, but it would be fun. If you had something to mill yourself, and you had, cards with flashback or escape or something like that. Maybe have a millstone or something on the battlefield that can, because once you cast it, all bets are off. So interesting card. Ooh, beautiful. And Guildgate. I'm going to have a fat stack of Cluestones and Guildgates at the end of this one, then I will probably sit in my collection for years. Showstopper. Shawn Michaels' favorite card. 3 mana for an instant until end of turn. Creatures you control, when this creature dies, deals 2 damage to the target creature an opponent controls. So a little parting shot kind of thing. Kind of nice. Another summoner. Gorgon, Renounce the Guilds. Very, very, very narrow removal spell. Guildgate token. Alright, keep it moving here. Okay. Oh, Vital Burst. 2 mana for a 5/5. A little better than Giant Growth, but sorcery, of course. Gotta nerf it somehow. Strings, Fumes. Another Death of the Deathless. Ah, this one's, I think, a $3 one. Another Mythic. 6 mana. You may have Progenitor Mimic enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it gains at the beginning of your upkeep. If this creature isn't a token, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of this creature. So you keep copying stuff. So it's very Simic kind of thing. Not a foily. Guildgate Spirit. Almost done. Almost done. Probably gone way more long-winded than some people like, but you know. No, there's the red payoff for the gates. Which is kind of nice. It's an act of treason, tacked onto a 2/4. So not bad, if you think, the 2 mana, 2 extra mana, and you get a act of treason out of it. So not too bad. Well, alright, that didn't make any sense. You're sacrificing the 2 power for it not being a 4/4, but you're getting an act of treason. That's what I was trying to say. Stumbling over my words. Version. Test Pilot. Genius. Catch and Release. Nice. I actually just got a copy of this card before I knew I was going to get a copy of Dragon's Maze box. Need one for my commander deck, actually. Guildgate. I swear there are fetches in here. Well, not in this one, but in these boxes. So. I can't remember if this one is. Creature you control attacks, put a +1/+1 counter. It's a nice effect. It's a little expensive, but I might have it worth a little bit. Another Wear and Tear. I was hoping for this card too. I've been kind of wanting this for a while. 4 mana, 2/2, indestructible, and it has a battalion effect. Nice rare. So. Very expensive way to get the few cards that I wanted, right? Just kidding. Just kidding. I didn't even make it. Didn't even want to look at that one. I saw the Sire of Insanity. Interesting. Definitely interesting cards. 6 mana for 6 more. At the beginning of each end step, each player discards his or her hand. That would be a very interesting build around. So, I like that card. Really. Okay. That's what I should have been doing the entire time, just kind of doing it like that. Flesh and Blood. Guildgate. Yeah. I should have been doing it. Probably would have been a little nicer if I had done it first time. Steeple Rock. Go upside down. Oh, that was something else. Another Incubation. Oh, the Ancient. That's an interesting one. 5 mana, 7/5. Whenever a player taps land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of his or her mana pool of any type that land produced. Excuse me. So, decent rare. Okay. Oh, Notion Thief. Spoiled it a little bit. I think this one's a couple bucks. 4 mana, 3/1 flash. The opponent would draw a card except the first one he or she draws at the end of, or in each of his or her draw step. That player skips that draw and you draw a card. Kind of nice. So, man, drawing card hoser, always nice. First Blade. Ready and Willing. It was a little bit of a bummer to get a split card as the rare. Card's most not really worth anything. So, but I mean, not that I care, of course. Like I said, but just saying. Oh, Instant Collector. Reap Intellect. This one might be a little bit. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You set up to X non-land cards from it and exile them. For each card exiled this way, search that player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that card and exile them. And that player shuffles his or her library. So another, and Mythic, of course, forgot to mention, but this one might be a little bit. Blood Script. I was kind of hoping for this card. 2 mana, 2/1. If you draw a card, will you have no cards in hand? Instead, draw 2 cards and lose 1 life. Be good if you had the Sire of Insanity. Kind of works well with that one. Lose your hand at the end of each turn. Of course, by that part of the game, you probably don't have a lot of cards to lose for the Sire of Insanity. So, not a bad deal. Gaze of Granite. Yeah. Not great. Foily Cluestone. Ooh, that might be worth 15 cents. It's done 7 packs? 7 packs left. Fumble fingers. All right. Trait Doctoring. Yeah, not a good rare. Not a good rare. Change the text of target permanent by replacing all instances of color, and then you can cipher it onto a creature. Yeah, those types of things. Those types of things are usually not good. Usually never run into those instances, or at least not a lot, where you have to change the color or something. Alright. Another Battle Shaper. Not too bad.